Hello.
Yes, speaking. Hello.
Hello, nice to virtually meet you, I guess.
In Red Cassette, it feels like an autobiography. It feels so personal, and I was wondering if it was.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. From the ground up, from the subject matter of the song to the blood, sweat, and tears on the record. I mean, I made that video myself personally. I shot and cut it and directed it all. You know, all the kind of direction comes from me. So yeah, it's deeply personal, the whole thing. The way we've come to work, especially in the last 5 years, is that whenever we've stepped outside the circle, and that is primarily the band and or creative people that we really trust and that we have a relationship. When we've stepped outside it, it's always diluted the thing that makes us and the thing that people can relate to. And that at times might mean that we're kind of maybe sacrificing a veneer of professionalism now and then. But I'd rather make a video that feels inclusive and communal and warm and inviting than something that looks fantastic but doesn't press those other buttons.
It's effervescent and it oozes joy.
I'm so pleased you feel that way. You've given me goose pimples on my arm, to be honest. I feel very happy that it could even begin to make someone react like that. It's wonderful.
Oh, but it's so wonderful to see, and it is. And I also felt like it was a journey through your childhood, you see.
Yeah, well, it very much is. I mean, the whole story is true. I mean, it stems from when I was 8, 9 years old. I would sit up. I would wire up all my vinyl players, my cassette players, my hi-fis into one giant mad scientist machine. And I would write songs, and I would present little radio shows well after everyone had gone to sleep into the night. And my only way of recording this was onto a little 4-track Porter studio that musicians often use to capture their songs, onto a little knackered red cassette. This is all true. My mum's still got that cassette in the loft to this day. But the whole song is a love letter to nostalgia. It's not about being nostalgic or retro or kitsch or anything. It's both in terms of your personal life and as a human being and professionally. I don't think you can move forward or appreciate where you are in the present without looking back to where you've come from. So it's a celebration of nostalgia, but also it's one of those things that we all do when you take stock of your life. You know, where have you been? Where are you going now? It's important to kind of stop and do that, I think. So, yeah, it's a bit of a philosophical thing as well as a literal telling of my story a bit.
You've done that taking stock process. So, were you able to reach any conclusions about your future?
No, the delicious irony about it is that I'm a musician, and I will forever be striving and forever be shrouded in mystery and question marks about what is around the corner for me. Because, you know, whether that ranges from the music industry and trying to make a living to kind of creative frustrations and desires and fulfillment and unfulfillment. I mean, I chose the lifestyle choice, you know, and my eyes were wide open when I did that, and I wouldn't do anything else. But taking stock doesn't really cement anything. Maybe it kind of cements what you've done. But in terms of where you're going to, no, it doesn't really affect anything. You just have to kind of let it happen to you and shape and fashion the best things you can out of it, I guess. But what I refer to when I say lifestyle choice is, I guess, the more material, financial side of it that other people probably can understand and relate to. It's a lifestyle choice that I'm not going to be getting a definite amount of money at the end of every month. You know, it's a lifestyle choice to not know whether I'll be able to pay my rent in 3 months' time. It's a lifestyle choice to I can't do anything else, and that informs my choice of this kind of life, if you like. Sacrifice everything for the notion of perfecting the best version of an idea. You know, that's what I do every day. I chase those fleeting moments of inspiration to try and find an idea and make it the best version of it. That's what I live for. You know, it's quite abstract. I can imagine to a lot of people, really, especially to kind of sacrifice their life for. But no, it's something I don't question, and I feel very passionate about.
What gives you personally the greatest amount of joy? Because you're funneling that joy, you see. The thing is that the joy's massive in Mama's Gun, isn't it? It's massive.
Yeah.
And
absolutely. So
that's coming out to us, and we're taking it from you. Thank you for giving that to us. Yeah, without you too. Yeah. But what I was wondering was, where do you get that from? Because it must be fuel coming in daily, because you're giving it out a lot.
Oh, well, no one's ever said that to me before. No one's ever kind of... I guess it might stem from... I know, as a person, I'm generally pretty upbeat. There's something about music which affects my condition, I think. How is joy created? I'm kind of getting into now.
Well, it's kind of where do you harvest it from?
Maybe I can speak to that in terms of music.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. In terms of songwriting, there's a personal pleasure in kind of ticking boxes in writing the kind of songs you want to write. And I guess for me, I've always tried to fuse two ideas. I've tried to take really concise songwriting, you know, in the vein of the best people that do it, whether it's any of the Beatles or anyone in the late 70s or Joni Mitchell or Queen or something like that. And I've always tried to fuse it with the pure unbridled joy and passion of like gospel music, soul music, traditional R&B music. So somewhere between the two, I'm trying to, create some kind of artistic crossover. I don't know. There's a kind of geeky satisfaction in writing concise songs, and that gives me a lot of pleasure. But I also love making music that makes me happy too. And I guess I'm always thinking too, where is this going to be aired? Where is it finally going to end up? And my thought process usually takes me to the stage, because that is the ultimate outlet to kind of express the music and well, as you say, express joy. And that for me is where it all comes to a head on stage. Well, I love making records, but on stage it's different every time. It's even more fleeting. It's even more like trying to catch a wet fish in your hand. You know, that every performance to be brilliant. But it's difficult to truly try and be mindful when you're playing live. You're worried about so many things. You've rehearsed the things for so long. It's actually very rare. I get to stop in the middle of a show and really soak it up, and it's the after high that I'm always kind of having to live off. But yeah, I don't know. I've got a few answers to your question in there somewhere, but you know, where do I get it all from? It's a hard question to really answer, I guess.
I'm really interested in the gospel concept, because it's really, really important, and it's also a kind of sublime thing, isn't it? In the context of your music, the emotional equilibrium of the gospel being set free with your own natural vivacious joy, because your joy seems to be very vivacious. No wonder your music is so beautiful. Yeah.
Well, you're truly humbling me with your
No.
very kind words. I really
No,
appreciate
it's what I can hear. I absolutely love Mama's Gun, really, and had wondered actually what had happened to you guys. And in fact, nothing had happened to you guys. You've just been really, really busy.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'd had a major personnel change that I didn't think we'd come back from. The bass player Rex, who's one of the most wonderful human beings I've ever met and ever will know. Yeah, he left, so that left a gaping hole in the band, and it took us best part of 2 years actually to recover, to decide whether we were going to carry on, to find someone, not to fill his place, but to take a sideways step and to play with someone new, and get it back to a place where we could feel good again, and well, as you say, harvest some of that joy, and make some new music. So yeah, we never went away. We've just been regrouping, for one of a better word.
I was wondering if you could say what your favourite aspect of Cheap Hotel is.
The record or the song?
The record.
Okay, but the favourite aspect?
Yeah. For you?
For me, okay. That's a big question. I think the process of making this record has been the most enjoyable. Ever since day one, the wheels have been turning in Mama's Gun, where it's gone from purely a project where it's been about me and hearing my songs and this is how it goes, and play, do my bidding, basically. It's slowly evolved since the first record to where we are now, to be a truly collaborative project where no stone is left unturned. Every scrap, every riff, every melody that anyone has brought in, if we can fashion a song out of it, we will. We have. I found that very difficult at first. I'll be honest with you, this was something that was brought about by some of the band members saying, let's open this up even more, let's all kind of get involved in the writing. Obviously, me being a songwriter, that's what I do, you kind of day in, day out. It was a bit difficult for me at first, but actually, it really opened my mind up in terms of this band specifically, to harvesting new ideas and taking it elsewhere that I wouldn't have been able to take it myself in the writing anyway. It's having really opening my humility. Not that I'm not like that anyway. People tell me I'm too humble for my own good sometimes, which I've never understood. But you have to be slightly egotistical in terms of being a songwriter, standing by your ideas, saying that's it, that's the idea, and having someone else take your ideas apart is quite an emotional thing. But if you trust those people that you're in the room with, then you can achieve something greater, I think, depending on the song and the mood and the time. But yeah, that kind of lesson I've really enjoyed, and I feel personally I've moved on from it in a good way.
That's released in September, isn't it?
Yeah, September the 15th.
Yeah. And we wish you good luck with that.
Thank you so much.
And I just want to say thank you very much for a wonderful interview, Andy.
Well, thank you very much for your very interesting questions. They were off-piste. I really enjoyed it myself. Take care.
Bye.